Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, evening, good afternoon, guys. Happy New Year. And if one of your goals is trying to add a new accent or just spend some time working on your pronunciation this year, then I have some tips that are going to be super, super helpful if that accent is American English. Guys, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That's one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath, and trying to weaken your consonant sounds. And this is it's our first episode, a Wake Up American for the new year. And our goal is to help you start the new year off on the right foot so that way you can start retrieving your goals immediately in American English pronunciation. And there's really going to be no secret to what related goal. If you have a language related goal, then that means that if you have a language related goal, what you need to do is you need to find ways to add more of the language into your life. It's probably not a secret, right? We need to find more ways to incorporate, if you're learning American English into our lives. Now, fortunately, we have lots of services that we're going to talk about a little bit later that can help you with that too. But I want to talk about some things you can do on your own as well that are free, that are just kind of waiting for you to take advantage of. There are a couple websites that, firstly, if you're trying to achieve that goal by interacting more with native speakers, there's a couple different ways you can do that. So, a couple of resources I want to show for that. And if you have your own tips, by the way, feel free to post them in the comments, put them in the chat with me if you're live with me right now. Um, if you're watching the replay, or if you're watching it, listening to the podcast, you leave a review and mention the notes there. But what we're going to be doing is starting off with this website here. So if you're in your country, or if you're in the US, I know many of you are also in the US, and you're like, man, I want to interact with more native speakers. How do I do that? How do I make this happen? Because it can't happen. The first thing I want to show you is a website called meetup.com. I'll be posting links to this also in the chat. Hello to Emmanuel. Thank you to Emmanuel saying hello and happy 2024. Yes, indeed. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Our first website is called meetup.com. What meetup.com is, if you're not familiar with it, is a website that helps basically people who are organizing events to find an audience. They can post their event online and people can find it. So what I can do with meetup.com is, you can see in the top, I typed in my location. You can see it says meetup, search for anything, and then it says New York, New York. So I set my location as New York, New York. Now, you may not notice, but I don't live in New York. I live about 9 hours west driving from New York, about an hour flight from New York. I don't live there. I'm not there a lot. But I'm still going to put in my location as New York, and maybe you can too, because what you can also see is that, do you see that where it says events near New York, comma NY? It says events, groups. Then below that it says any day with a little down arrow, and then it says online with what I. So now what I'm shown online events that are happening in New York. Okay, so even if if you don't live in the U.S., that is no longer an excuse. You can find ways to interact and find native speakers through this website. Okay, so again, this is through meetup.com. In that search bar, so you see there's that search bar up top. What you can do is you can type in a hobby or an interest you have. So maybe like you're trying to also learn art. Maybe you want to find a book club. Maybe you're interested in like playing online board games, something like that. You can put those into the search bar and you'll be able to find online groups, many of which are free. So when people tell me, "Oh, Jeff, there's no one to talk to near me," I I just don't buy that. I don't buy it that there's no one by you to speak. Okay, it's literally 2024. But yeah, it's literally 2024 right now. There is no reason why you cannot find people to interact with. Okay. In addition to that website, okay, there's another similar one that I want to introduce you to. The similar one is called Eventbrite. Okay. So this is eventbrite.com. This is another free website. Okay, eventbrite.com. I see Berta's here as well. Hello, Berta. Happy 2024. Berta's in our Mission English program. We're excited to continue working with her too. It's super exciting. Super exciting. Um, Eventbrite, very similar to the first website I showed you, meetup.com. So for Eventbrite, you can see what you can do. Browsing events, you're going to see with that down arrow. So with that down arrow with browsing events, you can say use my current location, or you can also, it's going to say, I'm going to take the ticker away just for a moment. You can see browse online events. So underneath that, you can see browse online events. So you can find things that are happening online. Because it's just another option so you can find native speakers online. Again, guys, it is 2024. There's no reason at all. Native speakers are waiting to talk to you. No excuses. They're waiting to talk to you. Another option I want to show you. This one is especially true if you are. Give me one moment. Okay, this next one will be especially true if you are located in an area that to find it. There it is. If you are located in an area that has an active study abroad population. So if you're in an area that has like an international school that has lots of international students, this is another resource that will be helpful. Give me a moment. Okay. Kick off the one camera. Okay. So what you can do is you can type in your city name and you can type in study abroad. So in this case, for instance, I typed in study abroad in Milan. Okay. So for study abroad in Milan, I appreciate what Emmanuel's saying. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. It's just internet stuff. Sorry, buddy. Um, Also, thank you to Valentina. Buone felice. I don't know. 2024. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for writing that. Appreciate you. So what you can do is you can type in your city name and you can type in study abroad. Okay. And you're going to find different study abroad programs. I encourage you when you do this to find ones that have some specific schools. So for instance, you can see here I find Boston University. Okay, I want to find some specific school names. And the reason I want to find some specific school names because what I can then do is I can go to a site. So for instance, here I have Arcadia University. Okay. From Arcadia University, what I want to find is I want to find people to contact. Oh, look, they have study abroad advisor. Okay, so they have some study abroad advisors here. And with these study abroad advisors, what I can do is I can see that they have some email addresses. Okay. So with these email addresses, I can reach out to them. I can contact them. I could say something like, "Hi, my name is blank." I can say, "I live in the city and I saw you have a study abroad program here for Americans. And what you can do then is you can then say something like, I was wondering if you have any volunteer opportunities at your institution in blank. I would love to help beginners learn whatever the language is. Because one of the things you need to consider when people are studying abroad, they typically have to study the language of the city. So, or the country. Okay. So, like, for instance, a lot of students, if they want to study abroad in Italy, they have to take, a semester of Italian. If they want to study abroad in Denmark, they have to study, a semester of Danish and things like that. So, this is just another technique you can use to your advantage, especially again if you have like study abroad programs. And there might actually be some that you're not aware of. Okay, a lot of times these schools are located in a historic downtown areas because this is kind of something to consider. Not always, but a lot of times. So reaching out to them and seeing if they have any opportunities that you could take advantage of. Again, free, completely free. Okay, and you don't need to be a master of your language, by the way, to do this. You just need to the big reason, the big reason that we're helping out the beginning level students is because most likely their language skills are going to be very low, so you'll need to use a lot of English. The other advantage too is you start building relationships with these schools and with other people, and then you can take those relationships and develop them. And who knows? You might actually be able to make some friends, communicate them even when they go back to the US. You just never know. All right. So, those are some quick strategies that are completely to interact with native speakers. In addition to that, if you're looking for something a little bit more focused on yourself, okay, just a reminder that we have our own programs. So, for instance, we have our Telegram group. On Telegram, what happens is every single day, our group members can send in audio files and they get corrections and feedback from us. Okay, so every day you get feedback on your own pronunciation every single day. Okay, so if this year you want to make sure that you're getting, 5-10 minutes in of pronunciation practice with an actual teacher, this is one way you can do that. Okay, I see Happy New Year from Kuden. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for saying it. Um, In addition to that, maybe you want more. You're like, hey, a Telegram group, okay, fine, but I want to actually, work directly with a teacher for more than a couple minutes, and I want to actually, kind of see them, even if it's online. Okay, we can do that too. So we have a program called Mission English, and in Mission English, what we do is we meet for a half hour twice a day, Monday through Friday. Okay, so today is Monday. So I know it's New Year's, but I'm working today. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to work. I'm going to be with my Mission English group at 1:30 p.m. today, and also at 8 p.m. today. So I'm meeting with our group twice. So this isn't a small group pronunciation class. So for Mission English, there are typically okay. So once more, there's 3 to 4 students on screen with me, and we just do pronunciation exercises together. Okay. That we have um, with us. If those things sound interesting to you, you're like, okay, Mission English, a Telegram group. We also have one-on-one classes. If those things sound interesting for your pronunciation and things. All of those services that we just mentioned, you can find down here, fluentamerican.com/telegram. Okay, or even just go to fluentamerican.com. You can find everything. All right. But 2024, in 2024, you should be able to find opportunities to speak in English and achieve your accent goals. If you guys have other questions, be sure to let me know. I will see you tomorrow with another episode of Wake Up American. Guys, thank you so much for your time. We're excited to work with you more in 2024. Once more, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English, include placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds. I will see you all later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Take care, guys.